CM Punk is still making his rounds on the Kiss WWE's Ass Tour, where he's going around and saying all of the nice things that get you in the feelies about WWE that he's been saying the exact opposite of for the last 10 years. But we forgive him for it because CM Punk is back on our TV. And goddamn it, that's all we really want. And we want it to be entertaining. And CM Punk obviously has not let anybody down yet, as he is the number one probably prediction to win the Royal Rumble at this point, and probably the fan favorite to win the Rumble at this point, even over Cody Rhodes finishing the story, which may be a close number 2 or a number 1. CM Punk sat down with the NHL's Jackie Redmond Show. Of course, nothing that I follow. I'm not a sports ball guy or a sports puck guy for that matter. Though I will say this, if I was going to be a sports ball guy, it'd probably be hockey. I actually went to a local hockey game, and it's just pretty dope to see like in person and stuff. It's a whole nother ball game, so I definitely get the hype around it, but it's not for me. But I digress. CM Punk was on the Jackie Redmond Show for the NFL, talking all about the NFL and that sort of thing. Of course, his beloved Blackhawks and all that other sports ball shit that nobody cares about. And if you do, good for you. The link's in the description below. You can listen to the whole thing. But what we care about is the wrestling. And Jackie Redmond would be remiss if she didn't talk about CM Punk's big return to the WWE after all these years, and asked him if he was nervous about going out in front of that crowd for the first time. And here's what Punk had to say. Check out this clip.
Before you got to address the crowd, you hadn't spoken to the WWE universe yet. I saw you that day. You chirped me about being a Leafs fan. But before you went out, you were all business. Was there any part of CM Punk before going out there on Monday Night Raw that was nervous?
100% of CM Punk was nervous. Returning to wrestling is one thing. Returning to WWE is like a completely different animal, and I didn't know how things would go. And it's not like I was off TV for a super long time. But you still, as a performer, you're still like, are they going to remember me? Are they, and I was legit like in an arena that had not been kind to me throughout my career. First UFC fight was in that building.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, like,
wow.
So I ran out of things, like bad things. Like a lot of bad things have happened to me in this building. You know what I mean? Got beat up here, But I think it was also like hugely cathartic because I'm very much a guy who, if you ask me if I'm ready, I'm going to tell you no, because part of the juice is being in front of the live crowd. Mm-hmm. I'm the old guy on the ice now, where like I can stretch and I can warm up, and I'm not going to be ready until I'm on the ice, the whistle blows, and the puck drops. Now I'm ready. So I need to be in front of the crowd, and I need to see the red light on the camera, and then it's like, okay, now it's go time.
And this is why I say he's on the WWE Kiss My Ass tour again. Stuff like, returning to wrestling is one thing, but returning to WWE is a whole nother animal, and blah, 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 blah. I mean, he's playing it pretty PG, which was also one of my predictions for the year 2024. I did a video for that, and one of my predictions was CM Punk is going to be the perfect model fucking employee. And so far, so good in that. CM Punk, but you know what? There's a lot of truth to it, too. It's not just bullshit. WWE is a completely different animal. The way that they do their media, the way that they're run backstage, the organization. AEW's run like a giant indie fed, right? It's all fucking run by the inmates. WWE is very much, okay, Mr. Punk, we got you over here for hair and makeup. Now we're going to get you over here. We're going to take some photos for you. Then we're going to move you over here, and we got this thing that we're shooting for this backstage DVD gimmick. And then this chick's here to interview you. That guy's here to interview you. Then we got this phone thing. Then we're going to do entrance checks, and it's a machine. It's a big goddamn conglomerate machine. And now he doesn't have to deal with the ridiculous tyrant of Vince McMahon, who just runs everything on a goddamn whim, and he was creepy fucking mustache. And then we got, you know what I mean? Like the whole Kevin Dunn's gone now, so we don't have to worry about him complaining in the production truck about Punk being skinny fat or greasy or anything like that. It's a whole new world now. And I think Punk is kind of seeing, not only, I mean, the machine's also grown. WWE is a different company that he left. I mean, they were a machine at the time. Now they're really a machine, especially with the Endeavor, the TKO gimmick, all of that. Vince being gone. I think it is very eye-opening to Punk. It's a whole different ball game. And I think he's more at peace because of that. Not only is he at peace because he's got this behavioral clause thing that was rumored to be in his contract of him not fucking up again, but also I think when he gets there, he just goes, okay, I'm in a proper fucking wrestling company again now. I mean, any wrestler loves, I mean, the indie's fun too, right? A lot of these marks on the internet will sit and they'll joke about, it's the indie fucking whatever. They don't even know. You've never been to an indie show. I've been backstage of several indie shows for several different indie promotions, helped run several of those indie promotions and shows. I know a thing or two about it. Not on a big level, but I've done it multiple times. Indie shows are fun as fuck, and there's a lot going on there too. There's photo shoots going on there. There's meetings that need to take place. There's all kinds of shit going on at an indie show too. But it is a shit show. It's an indie. It is not a big corporate conglomerate like WWE is in the way that they run shit. It's just a whole different animal. And I think Punk seems to be more at peace in that system, because now he's not being leaned on to be a de facto leader of anything. He's not being leaned on to have to run everything, to be the creative force. I still think, that they say that Punk was released from both of his contracts. He had a wrestling contract. His other, I'm telling you now, it goes back to his we're trying to run a business here comments and just how passionate he was about everything. Punk was a de facto EVP. He was a EVP, not in title, not in publicity, but I believe, he had the corporate, all the corporate perks that you get with being an EVP and having a contract with the company as opposed to like a 1099 wrestler. And I think he was in charge of a lot of the backstage shit. Now he doesn't have to. Now he just has to show up, and he has to be the best CM Punk he can be. He can just show up, and there's going to be people that are going to say, Mr. Punk, right this way. You have to be over here. And he's fine with that. He seems cool with that. And so he's got a great storyline he can sink his teeth into right now that's blending between reality and storyline, both with Rollins and Drew McIntyre. I mean, he really came back at the best time. I really think if Punk's going to have a good final run in WWE and really have an opportunity to go out on his terms and really kind of make peace with the wrestling world, it's going to be in WWE under this regime. The shit show over at AEW's would have just continued to get worse. There would have been, butting of more heads, even if he stuck it out longer than that. It just wouldn't have lasted. Now he doesn't have to deal with all that shit. Yes, he's going to butt heads with creative probably at some point, including Triple H. But I think it's not going to be to the extent, because he's not dealing with amateurs and idiots, and he's not dealing with hidden agendas, or at least not as much, and he's not being leaned on to be as responsible for things. So all around, I do think he landed in a good spot. I think this is good for Punk. And look, I'm just happy as fuck he's on my TV. All is right with the world, it seems. I love that. All of the CM Punk haters when he was in AEW, he's not that great. He's kind of washed up anyway. Blah, blah, blah. All that went away as soon as he jumped back over to WWE. And people seem to be more on the Punk bandwagon than ever now, it's phenomenal. It's amazing. It's good to see, especially with WWE. They're a fucking can't miss product right now. They're killing it. They're making so many stars. This stuff. He's got multiple storylines going on right now. It's just good shit. So I do think he is definitely kissing ass. I think he's playing nice. He's being PG Punk. But at the same time, I think a lot of it's coming from a real honest place. It seems like, at the very least, it seems to be at this time his real honest opinions, his real honest thoughts. And look, this could lead to an AJ Lee return in that fucking mixed tag match at SummerSlam. That's what you got to do. Seth at Mania, and then you do fucking somehow drag it out to SummerSlam. Maybe not even SummerSlam. It could be before that. It could be Backlash. You want to do it at Backlash? You do the mixed tag. Becky and Seth versus AJ Lee and fucking Punk. But it should be at like a SummerSlam, right? But those are all my thoughts on the whole thing. What do you think? What are your thoughts on Punk's return so far? Where he's at with everything? Do you think he's being a little bit playing it too nice? A little too much PG Punk? A little too kiss-assy for being in a company that he talked nothing but shit about for the last 10 years? Or do you think this is just, everybody's where they need to be right now? And, things change, people change, things adjust, times change. Change, my friends. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next. Woo!
Oh yeah, thanks for checking out the video. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like it if you liked it. Yeah. You can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on the channel. Ooh yeah, dig it!